Hello, love. Welcome to Yoga Life with Amber. I'm Amber. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I'm going to address a question from a lot of my viewers, actually, on how to relieve lower back pain. When I was doing my training for yoga teaching, I really loved learning about how to heal low back pain because it's so common, especially in women. And I do have a lot of women followers. Shout out to the ladies. So basically, without geeking out on you completely with anatomy, where low back pain can often come from is a tight psoas muscles, or tight psoas, we'll call it the hip flexors, tight hip flexor muscles. These muscles connect the femur to your lower lumbar. So if they're tight and short from overactivity or sitting too much, they will begin to pull your pelvis like this forward, your back forward, so it flattens out your low back, which we don't want. We want that awesome low back C-curve. So today, all we're going to do is try to release the psoas. And then we'll do some other things in other classes to help with lower back pain because it really is complex. Let's begin on your back, on your mat. Roll it on back. Good. You can keep your knees bent if you would like. Actually, let's all keep our knees bent. If this does make your psoas muscles tight, you can always take your legs down. Either way, but choose which one feels the best on your low back. And then begin to walk your shoulder blades underneath you so that they come towards your hips. So we have a tiny little space for an adorable ladybug to crawl under your back. And allow your arms to be relaxed, legs relaxed. Let's take the hands to your belly. And we're going to begin with a really deep inhale and exhale, even breath. So maybe you inhale a count of 4, exhale a count of 4. So just begin breathing, inhale into your hands, belly goes up towards the sky. Exhale, belly button comes in towards your spine. Good, continue that breath. So what we're doing here with this deep intentional breath is we are beginning to give psoas muscles a little massage, your hip flexors a little massage, and encouragement to slowly start releasing because this muscle is connected to your diaphragm. It's like a little massage. So just laying here and breathing is going to bring a lot of release. This is also connected to our emotions, our anxiety, our stress. If you want to do a sigh on your exhale, let's just take 3 more even, deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. However you want to exhale. Inhale. I like to make noises just because it reminds me I'm letting go of all the stress in my hip flexor muscles. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. And then whenever you're ready, slowly bend those knees, place your feet on the ground, walk your feet as wide as your mat, and then take your arms into cactus arms or goalpost arms. Exhale, take both knees towards the left, and then walk your right foot away from your midline as far as you would like until you feel this big stretch. You might even feel this in your low back. Definitely in the front of your right hip. Might even take your right arm over your head if that feels good. Straight line. Or you can keep the elbows bent. I like elbows bent. That's just me because my shoulders get tight. But wherever you are, keep up that intentional deep breathing. So that's what's going to encourage your hip flexors to release. So if we got any cyclists, weightlifters, crossfitters, runners out there, or people who love to do core work or sit-ups, things like that, you can really get those hip flexors really tight. So just imagine that with every breath you're just giving this a big massage. You might even touch your hip flexors, just kind of like, I love you, you can release now. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, inhale, come back up through center, and then exhale to the other side. This time, walk that left foot away from you. And just notice where you feel this. The first time I did this stretch, I thought my hip was going to break because my hip flexors are so tight. Because I'm a sucker for ab work. A sucker. I do a lot of walking too. No biking, no running, let's be real, unless a bear's chasing me, which hopefully will never happen. Good, and then breathe into that left hip. All those awesome muscles running right through here. A lot of people do feel this in their low back, so just take note and breathe. One more breath. Awesome. Whenever you're ready, come on back up with your knees. Good, and then hug your knees in. Give yourself a big hug. Ooh, I feel this in my hips. I don't know if y'all do. Comment below if you do. Let me know what you're feeling, where you're feeling this. How's your breath? Good. Take your hands on your knees, big circles. With the knees, kind of lubricating the hip joints, opposite direction. The challenge here is to continue that deep, intentional breath. That's our biggest focus today. Honestly, pretty much every time you come on your mat. Let's be real. Beautiful. And then take your hands on the outside of your feet for happy baby. Good. And maybe even rock from side to side. I like to rock from side to side. Keep that breath going. Awesome. And whenever you're ready, let's roll onto one side and then press all the way up and then come onto hands and knees. Yeah. Awesome. And then sway your hips from side to side here. Good. Hug in your belly a little bit. Good. And then inhale, look forward, up towards the sky, tailbone towards the sky. Drop your belly ever so slightly. Take your shoulders down your back. Press into your fingers. Smile. Do 1,000 things at once. Exhale, pull your belly in. Cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Good. Exhale, cat. Beautiful. From here, take that left forearm down to the ground. Bend the right knee. Stack the right hip on top of the left hip. Reach that foot back behind you. You might even tent the right fingers. Now, we want to press through that right knee, really opening up the psoas muscles on this side. Yeah, if you want to grab your back foot here, you can. You kind of kickstand the left foot, grab the right foot with your hand, and kind of press your foot even more behind you. This is a lot of balance. Oh, yep, that's Timber. He wants to release his psoas muscles too. He loves to make noise when I'm filming. Wherever you are, come back to center. Beautiful, and let's switch sides. Right forearm to the earth, bend that left knee, take the foot behind you, flex the foot, and then press your foot behind you, maybe tent the left fingers. Stay here, or if you want to grab the left foot, you can. I'm going to stay right here this time. For all my people who don't want to tumble today, when I've done the vine, believe me, I've tumbled 1,000,000 times. Maybe I should do it just to make you feel like a normal human because, oh yeah, it's real. Beautiful. Wherever you are, come back to center. Beautiful. Walk your knees as wide as your mat. Send your hips back for child's pose. Let's just take 3 deep breaths here. Good. One more breath. Filling up your belly with air. Exhale, release any tension. Beautiful. Slowly walk yourself back up. From a tabletop posture, we're going to step our right foot forward. Tent your fingers and then shift your weight forward so that we're in a lizard lunge. Oh, we've been here before. Actually, if you're new to yoga, maybe you haven't ever been here before. So welcome. From here, you should already feel, shouldn't feel, but you might feel an opening in your left psoas muscles. So just notice that. And then slowly begin to hug your thighs towards each other and become strong in your legs and your core, hugging your belly, especially your ribs, pull them back, and then slowly come up. Take your hands to your right knee. Beautiful. Now from here, all I want you to do is plug your ribs in. So we don't want to rib thrust here, we want to pull it in. Sorry, this is a little bit of a nerdy video, not my usual, but it's pretty technical. I'm going to try to make it easy to understand. Hug those belly muscles in. Good. And just in hugging the belly muscles in, you should really feel opening that left hip. Yeah. All those hip flexor muscles, psoas muscles running along the left hip. Good. And let's take the right hand to the belly. Keep it plugged in. Reach that left arm to the sky. Drop the left shoulder blade down your back. One more breath. This should be a challenge to do all those things. Beautiful. Release your hands to the earth. Send your hips back straight to that right leg. Square your hips to the top of your mat. Y'all killing it. I can already tell. Plant your hands, send that right knee back. Awesome. Now step that left foot forward. Shift your weight forward. You don't have to tent your fingers. This is just something to protect your wrists. If you can really press into your fingers, you can take your hands down. But shift your weight forward. Lizard lunge, 2 points if you stick out your tongue. For lion's breath. I know you guys have been watching Tiger King, don't lie. Good. And then tent your fingers, come up. You can always stay here. You don't have to come up. But whenever you're ready, slowly begin to hug those inner thighs towards each other and then slowly walk your hands onto your left knee this time. So what we have to do, anchor through the ribs and the upper abdominal muscles. Good. And then see if you notice a little opening here on that right side. And then whenever you're ready, I like to take my left hand to my core so I remind myself, anchor, and how I reach that right arm towards the sky. Take the shoulder blade down your back. It's a lot to think about, right? Smile. Smile. Sorry, I have he's 5 months old now, a 5-month-old baby. And I make a lot of weird noises and I use like really weird speech sometimes. So if I make weird noises or have weird sounds coming out of my mouth, that's why. Because whenever you're ready, plant your hands, send your tailbone back. And this time, let's take the knees together for a wide knee child's pose, or a knees together child's pose. Whew. I dusted my house today, and I think all the particles got into my brain. Sorry. Knees together, maybe rock from side to side. And just notice how this feels differently than knees wide. I like wide knee child's pose, but I really feel a stretch in my hip flexors here. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, come forward. Now this next posture is challenging in my opinion. So if it doesn't serve you, maybe just lay on your belly and take a little break. But it's called frog pose. So what we're going to do is take your knees as wide as you can that feels good. Don't do something that hurts. No, it doesn't feel great. It's a big stretch. And then take your feet out, flex them, turn them away from each other. Yeah. And then come onto your forearms. Now for me, I'm like good right here. This is a big stretch for me. But hug in those belly muscles, kind of like you're trying to dome through your shoulder blades. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And then give yourself a tiny curve in your low back. And then if you want to, the reason it's called frog is people like walk their elbows in towards their pelvis. Yo girl ain't got that range. Look, my hips are tight. So wherever you are, you could back your tailbone back towards your heels more for a deeper stretch, or just stay here and breathe. You might even put blankets under your knees because this might hurt your knees. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then wherever you are, whenever you're ready, you can stay here as long as you like. You can come forward out of it, or I just like to slowly walk my knees in towards each other. Beautiful. And then from here, sit back on your heels and then sit tall on your knees. Take your hands, I'm going to show you the back. So you can take your fingertips down, elbows towards each other. You can make fists. Or if you really want a big wrist stretch, you can turn your fingers up. But all we're going to do here is just ever so slightly hug in the core and then push those hips forward. Good. And then lift up through your chest And then like you're giving yourself a little double chin, pull your chin back. Good. So you should feel a big stretch in the front of the hips here, maybe your belly. Yeah. How's your low back? How's your attitude? Awesome. And then whenever you're ready, slowly come on down, forward, place the hands. And then let's come to high plank push-up position. Press into those fingers. And then drop your knees, send your tailbone back, and then shift your weight over towards the right. Bend your elbows over towards the left. So we're doing big hip circles here. Keep that deep, awesome breath going. And then switch directions. It's one of my favorite things to do. Good. And then the next time you come through center, bend those elbows in, lower all the way down to your belly. Make a little bit of a pillow for your face with your arms. Pull your heels in towards your glutes, and let's just do a little swift side to side. Windshield wiper. And then release. Take that left forearm, make it parallel to the front of your mat, and then reach back for that right foot, pull it in, and then press that right hip bone towards the earth. Yeah. So we should be opening up in that quadricep. Definitely the hip flexor muscles. One more breath. Awesome. Release. Switch sides. Pull that foot in towards your glute. If this hurts your knee, you can skip this and take a little nap on your belly. I'm always a big advocate of naps. If you don't want to do something, just take a little nap. Breathe. That's the whole reason we're here. Release. Beautiful. And then let's come into Sphinx pose. This will be our last posture. Take your elbows under your shoulders. And then ever so slowly just look up towards the sky, shoulder blades down your back. Deep breaths here. If this tweaks your low back, you can always sink into this posture. Take your chin towards your chest. Way less on your low back. And while you're breathing here, I'm going to read you something. Louise Hay has this awesome little book. It's called Heal Your Body. And she believes that our mindset causes dis-ease. So, I looked up lower back pain. It originates from a fear of money, lack of financial support. Currently, a lot of people are out of jobs right now, so I thought that was interesting. And the affirmation to heal this would be, I trust the process of life. All I need is always taken care of. I am safe. Just an offering. You guys don't have to believe that. Daniel, my husband, always laughs at me when I read stuff like that. But if you're into it, you're into it. I love it personally. And then whenever you're ready, let's come back on your belly. And we're going to end class here, making a pillow or maybe grabbing an actual pillow. Deep breaths, a couple more deep breaths into your low back. Puffs up towards the sky on your inhale. Falls on your exhale. And if you're comfortable, stay here on your belly for 5 to 10 more minutes for not a traditional Shavasana. Just staying right here. Or if you want to roll on your back or on your side, please feel free. Maybe put on a nice song that helps you relax. Y'all stay here and enjoy. Let me know how your back feels after this practice. And I can't wait to see you next time for some more back relief. Thanks for being here. Namaste for today.